Hey everybody, long time no see. It's been some time since I've made a video, and I'm very aware of that, of course. And I suppose I should give you all an explanation of why it's taking me so long to make this video. I don't really have an answer, other than I just haven't really felt like making videos in a while. We've been moving, we've actually been in this place, this is my new apartment with my fiance. Been in this place now for, I guess, three or 4 months, and we love it. It's really, really great. We're actually on top of an antique store is down below us. So we don't share walls with anybody. We just share a floor, and that's just a business. So during the day, they're cool. So what that means is we can be as loud as we want here, which is fantastic. It's also great for listening to records. I can just kind of blast it. I could blast it at my old place too, but I had a roommate. So now we don't have roommates. So I can just kind of play it anytime I want, which is really, really cool. And we just are just so happy in our new place. So that's been taking up a lot of my time as far as just moving everything in, putting up new artwork right there. At least new to all of you. You haven't seen any of this stuff before. We got a new couch, pillows, flowers. Fiance got the flowers, but anyway, so we've been up to a lot of, me and my fiance, but also I have just been up to just life, you know? So, that kind of explains where I've been for a while. I also just really haven't had the urge to make as many YouTube videos anymore. I don't know why that is. I guess maybe I just was going through a phase where I really, really enjoyed making the videos. And as I'm making this video right now, I have to say that I am enjoying the process. It is fun to, you know, in a weird way, like reconnect with a lot of you and make a video and explain like, hey, here I am. And yeah, so here I am. I'm still collecting records, and I thought I would make this video and show you some of my latest record finds. Now, I'm sure from the last time I made a video to now, I've found a lot more records, but these are the ones I found in the last maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So, here we go. I've been on a bit of a band kick, the band, with Robbie Robertson and Levon Helm and Richard Manuel and Garth Hudson and Rick Danko. So, I'm trying to get all of their records, and I already had the second band album. So I picked up 3 more band records. The first one I picked up was Stage Fright. It's got a cool looking cover here. And I like this record a whole lot. So I have to say about the band, going into this, I didn't really know that much about the band other than the stuff they've done with Bob Dylan, and obviously they're major hits. So I wanted to dive deeper into their albums. So I got Stage Fright, and it comes on, well, this one comes on the green Capitol Target label. And I gotta say, this album is amazing. I really like this a lot. There's so many songs on here that I didn't know before I heard it that I really like a lot now. Strawberry Wine, I love. Sleeping is great. Just Another Whistle Stop, I really liked a whole lot. And then on the second side, The Shape I'm In, I'd heard that before, but hearing on this album really made me appreciate it. And then the song Stage Fright as well, I'd heard it before, but hearing it on the album, it really made me kind of stop and notice how great of a song it is. And besides the songwriting, the playing on the sound quality on this album is fantastic. They recorded this in Woodstock at, I guess, like an old like abandoned theater, or maybe it wasn't abandoned, but at least they turned this like theater into a recording studio. And actually Todd Rundgren had a little bit to do, yeah, he's an engineer on this. And then Glenn Johns did the mix down. So, although there's some controversy there as to which mix they used, the Glenn Johns mix or the Todd Rundgren mix. But anyway, very fascinating album, and I really liked it a lot. So that's Stage Fright by the band. Then I also picked up Moondog Matinee, and this is actually a covers album that the band put out. And I have to say, while it was fun to listen to, and the sound quality is really good, it's not something that I feel like I'm going to go back to all that often. This is, again, I think on the Oh, no, this is on Capitol Purple label. And yeah, it's just a bunch of covers that I guess the concept was they wanted to do a bunch of songs that they used to play back before they got really famous and before they started playing with Bob Dylan. So they made a record of it, and like I said, sounds great, it's cool, but it's not something I'd really revisit. But happy to have it. And then last but not least, I picked up this record by the band, Northern Lights, Southern Cross. And this one I really, really liked a whole lot as well. Again, this had a bunch of songs that I didn't know at all, except for Ophelia. Knew Ophelia just because they do Ophelia on The Last Waltz, the amazing concert documentary that was filmed by Martin Scorsese that I'm sure all of you have seen. If you haven't, stop this video now, go watch it. But this has a bunch of great songs that I didn't really know, like Hobo Jungle, Forbidden Fruit, just a couple that come to my mind that were just really, really, really great. And again, the sound quality, I think all the band's records are kind of known for their sound quality because they all sound excellent, at least to my ears. This is on the Capitol Orange label. And again, I picked these up for very, very, very cheap price, which it's kind of fun to do. Speaking of picking things up for a cheap price, I've been, in the last couple of months since I made this video, I've really been going to a lot of thrift stores, the Goodwills, the Salvation Armies, and taking the time to dig through the records there. Because while 90% of the time everything there is complete crap and it's just all in terrible condition and it's usually music that no one really is interested in at this time, every once in a while you'll find a diamond in the rough. And I did find something that I really consider a diamond in the rough. I found this. This is Billie Holiday, Lady in Satin. And this is obviously considered just a classic record. And this is actually, so it's not in the best shape as far as the record sleeve. But it is, and I actually, let me see if I can get it out here. It's in a, I put it in a better inner sleeve here because it's worth doing. But it's on the original Columbia 6i, and it looks like this. Now, I have to say, it's not a crystal clear record without any noise. It has some surface noise, but it sounds so good. It's a mono recording, but it really, really sounds great. It like comes alive on my stereo. And it's such a pleasure to listen to. And I actually lucked out because these stampers are 1A, which means it's a really early pressing. In fact, it's the earliest. And it really does sound excellent. So I found this for 99 cents. And I believe at the time at the Goodwill that I found it at, everything was half off. So I got it for 49 cents, which is a great price, if you ask me. So, big time score, Billie Holiday. I have to say, the same day that I found this, I found Frank Sinatra's debut album on, I think it was on Capitol, could be wrong, maybe it's on Columbia. Oh, Columbia actually, I think it's Columbia, called The Voice, Frank Sinatra The Voice, which is considered just a really classic recording. I also found that, but it was beat to hell. I did buy it, and I do still have it, but it just, when you put it on the record player, it's just the whole time. So I did pick that up, and so that's a good example of, you do find some really cool records there, but most of the time they're in just terrible shape. But Billie Holiday, I got lucky. Okay, carrying on now. I have also been on a bit of a Joni Mitchell, I don't know what you call it, fad for a while. I've always loved Joni Mitchell, but I've been trying to get into some of her albums I don't know as well. So actually today I just picked this up. This is Clouds, and I don't know anything about this record. I only know just some of these songs. Like I know Chelsea Morning and Both Sides Now. Those are the two songs that I know on this record. It's a gatefold, and kind of matches this flower arrangement right here. Cool thing about this is it's on the two-tone Reprise label, which is pretty neat. And again, I picked this up for really good price, under $5, and I'm excited to listen to it. So when I do, I'll let you know what I think about it. This next one is also a Joni Mitchell record, which I have listened to. This is the Hissing of Summer Lawns, and this was recommended to me by a friend of mine who said I need to check this out because I love her her album Court and Spark. That's like, actually, it is my favorite Joni Mitchell record, and this is the one that she made right after it. A lot of the same musicians are on this one, and I have to say I do like this a whole lot. This happens to be a British pressing of this album, and this is on the White Asylum label. And again, this one sounds excellent. And I think my favorite song on this is, which one was it? I think it's Edith and the Kingpin. I think is my favorite song, but I can't quite remember. It's still a pretty new record to me, so excited to dive further into it. But it's really good. I don't know if I like it quite yet as much as I like Court and Spark, but I definitely am getting into a major Joni Mitchell record collection here. So this is The Hissing of Summer Lawns, Joni Mitchell. Okay, next, I finally found this record. I found an original pressing of it. I want to get this on the Capitol Rainbow label, and this is the Steve Miller Band, Brave New World. It's not in the best shape. Someone has written their name right here, and there's a bit of ring wear and all that kind of good stuff that you find with these old records. But it's a gatefold, very kind of psychedelic. Cool thing about this record, which I'm sure a lot of you know, you Beatle collectors out there, is that Paul McCartney is featured on one song on this. He happens to be on a song called My Dark Hour, and he plays, and by the way, I said I wanted this on the Capitol Rainbow label, which is ridiculous because I do want to get it on that, but this is on the green Capitol Target label. So, I promise you I have listened to this, I just forgot that it's on the green Target label, but I do want to still get it on the Rainbow label, which I will do. But anyway, yeah, this has the song My Dark Hour, which has Paul McCartney on drums and bass and backing vocals. And it says, you can't see it because I'm sitting too far away, but it says, has a little asterisk next to My Dark Hour, and it says, with special thanks to Paul Ramon. And I'm sure a lot of you Beatle freaks out there know that Paul McCartney used the name Paul Ramon when the Beatles went to Hamburg, Germany for the first time, and they all wanted to have stage names, and Paul's was Paul Ramon. George Harrison was Carl Harrison. I think John was Long John Silver. Stuart Sutcliffe was Stuart de Stael. So anyway, Steve Miller Band at Brave New World. Happy to have that. Then I picked this one up today. This is B.B. King, LA Midnight. And this actually happens to be a quadraphonic record. So it has a quad mix on here. But a lot of these quad records, you can play them on your normal stereo system, and they sound excellent. The sound quality is really good. And that is true with this one. And this happens to also actually be a white label promo. So happy to get this, LA Midnight. I listened to the first side of this earlier today. Sounds really good. I'm not the biggest B.B. King fan in the world, but I do on occasion like to listen to B.B. King, and this album also has Jesse Ed Davis and Joe Walsh on some songs, and I like both of them a lot. And I do like B.B. King as well. I just I'm not like a huge B.B. King album collector, but maybe I will be after this. So this is LA Midnight. Okay, then I picked this up today too for a really good price, just because I've seen it so much and I've just been curious to hear what it sounds like. And I've never really bought anything, any record that's in the reggae or rocksteady genre. So I picked this up. This is Jimmy Cliff. It's called Jimmy Cliff in The Harder They Come. And it actually doesn't feature only Jimmy Cliff. It has a bunch of other artists on here as well, like Jimmy Cliff, the Melodians, the Maytals, the Slickers, Desmond Durker. So bunch of people that obviously I'm probably mispronouncing their names, but this is a gatefold. It's on Mango Records. I'll show you the. It's not in the best shape in the world, but for the price, it's in good enough shape. I listened to side one, and it's so good. I really liked it a whole lot. Like I said, though, this is my first baby steps into reggae, and I know I should probably pick up some Bob Marley, and I will, but I just kind of stumbled upon this one, and I've seen this one. It's always in like the top 100 albums of all time lists, right? This one is on there a lot, so I picked it up, and it's great. Oh, and it does have a version, or not? It's probably, I think it's the version because he wrote the song. It has Many Rivers to Cross, which Harry Nilsson went on to record, and that's the version I'm very familiar with. But hearing the original version is really cool, and it's great. So that's on there. Another cool one that I picked up today that I was really excited to get. I've been on like a Derek and the Dominoes kick. I love Derek and the Dominoes, their album Layla and Other Sordid Love Songs. It's just a classic record. And I also like their album In Concert, which is those are only two records they really put out at the time they were a band. And a member of Derek and the Dominoes, Bobby Whitlock, put out a solo record right around that same time, and this is it. It's called Bobby Whitlock, and it features the whole Derek and the Dominoes band, so Eric Clapton, Carl Rattle, and Jim Gordon, but not Duane Allman, unfortunately. So that they're all on here. But also this has George Harrison playing some guitar on some songs, and it also has Klaus Warman playing bass, has Jim Keltner on a couple of songs playing drums. So this happens to be a promotional copy. You can see that sticker right here, and I will show you the record. This is on, if I can get it out here, this is on ABC Dunhill, and there is side one and side two. Listen to the first side of this, and it's really cool. It's very kind of like, it's got some southern kind of gospel feel to it, but it's really interesting just for the fact that it has George Harrison and Derek and the Dominoes on it. And as you can tell, it's not in the best shape in the world, but it is a gatefold. Pretty cool. Okay, and last but not least, I'm a big fan of the Dave Brubeck Quartet, and I saw this today, and it was really, really cheap, so I just picked it up kind of without checking it out too much. This is the Dave Brubeck Quartet, plays music from Leonard Bernstein's West Side Story. The thing is, one side of this has music that I have never heard before, but the other side actually was on an album that I already have, and that album is called Bernstein Plays Brubeck Plays Bernstein. But I'm still happy to get this. So this is the Dave Brubeck Quartet. This is a stereo pressing, and it's on the later Columbia record, so it's not a 6i. And I don't think actually this album was ever on 6i, but I could be wrong about that. But it's on the 360 stereo label. So haven't heard this yet, but I know I'm going to like it because I like pretty much everything that Dave Brubeck Quartet ever put out. So those are my record finds. Put this back in here so it doesn't get totally destroyed. This is my record finds for this video. So I'll be making as many videos as I can, and see y'all later. Okay.